least pleasurable rewatching a film in a while?
There hasn't been a lot of pleasurable ones, but that wasn't much fun at all. You know, just as I mentioned after the game, it was, you know, just bad shots and, you know, just no connection on the defensive end. We really regressed. It was very poor performance, and disappointed in myself, disappointed in the guys, because we got to do better than that. And so, yeah, it wasn't much fun watching the film, and you know, I didn't spend much time watching it with the guys because, you know, we just got to move on. We got a quick turnaround here. We got to be ready for Wednesday night. We did show them a few clips yesterday, but not much. We just got to move on, and we got to get better, though. Our connection defensively, we got beat 13 on the boards, which is, you know, really bad, and we got to get better ball movement. We got to get better shots, and that's everyone on the team. That's just not one guy. That's everybody. So we got a big challenge ahead of us to get ourselves right and be ready to play Wednesday night against Cal.
Not to glaze over the offense, but foul trouble was an issue both games this past weekend. Kenny, 2 fouls very quickly both times. Miles, I know, somewhat out of necessity, but 4 in the first half. You
know, more than that, when Paul White's off the floor, we have a hard time running anything. I mean, he's a big part of our offense. You know, we run a lot of things through him. Our shots when he's in the game are much better. Now, we missed a lot of them, but our shot selection and the shots we get when he is in the game are much better. So Paul's a big part of what we do. You know, and he only played 14 minutes at Colorado. He played a lot more at Utah. You know, the Washington series was limited against Arizona State. And so as you look back over those games, and you want to put one thing on it, I agree with you, the fouls make a difference, especially with Kenny, but, you know, probably more importantly, just Paul, you know, limited minutes has hurt our offense, and just getting any semblance of, you know, execution, running something, you know, he's so important.
Shot selection been part of what you've seen with Peyton and his struggles in terms of finding the right shots or shots he
Yeah, no, the right shots. You know, I mean, I think he's got some open looks that he doesn't take, and then he knows he should be more aggressive, and he takes some. You know, he's pressing. There's no doubt. He's a very conscientious young man. He wants to play well. He knows he's not shooting it good, and that weighs. You know, it's kind of like VJ. You know, I mean, it's not like these guys. You know, they're out here. VJ was in the gym 7 o'clock yesterday morning getting shots up. I mean, these guys are really conscientious about trying to shoot the ball, and they're just struggling. You know, we're struggling shooting the ball, and so, you know, I told them there's no way out of it except to focus on other parts of your game and let that part of your game come back to you, because you spend too much dang time working on it that it will come back, but it won't if you just, you know, press and I got to get this shot down. I got to aim it. I got to get it in. And I've never seen that work over a lot of years. You know, you got to focus in on the other parts of the game, and eventually your shooting will come back.
Other than Paul, I mean, you don't have much. You think one of the weaknesses is inside scoring, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, Francis is going to be a good inside scorer, but it's going to take time. He's got to be patient. Kenny's offensive game, you know, because, you know, both those guys have not played a lot of basketball. So, yeah, we don't score real easily inside. We got to manufacture a few more in transition. I'd like to see that. But Paul is our best post-up guy. And someone,
Miles, though,
he can get a few baskets inside, but he's not a post-up guy.
Not to make excuses, Dana, but how much of this at times is stylistically? I understand the necessity. Once Paul went down, you were already headed that way in tempo, but idealistically, surely this has to be very odd. I mean, you're in the 300s in adjusted tempo.
That's not the way we usually play, and you know, I think we do have to pick up the pace a little bit, but you know, it's just a matter of trying to find a way to play that fits his group, and you know, we trying to get good shots. Sometimes when we take early shots, you know, the shot selection is not the best. So there's a fine line there between pushing the tempo and getting the right shots and working it for a good shot. And we definitely haven't found that pace.
You have to make baskets to be able to press, but do you think you could press more than you are right now, or is that just the amount of bodies you have to really manage?
Well, there's a lot of things there. Who to put on the ball, with Paul's ankle and so forth, and so it's a lot of it's personnel, a lot of it's combinations. When Paul's in the game, getting Kenny or Francis to be on the ball is something they're not used to. Miles comes in and he's pretty good on the ball, but it's a roster that we've got in different places. Kenny's used to playing the back of the press, and Paul's used to playing the front, but we're not going to put Paul up there now with his ankle. So, we got a lot of different looks that we got to try to figure out.
It's an easier week to try to do that with the big separation Tuesday to Sunday.
I hope so. I hope that we had a hard practice yesterday. The guys worked hard. I was very pleased with our efforts yesterday. We went a long time. We're going to have to back off quite a bit today, but I think we'll be ready tomorrow night at 6:30. And then we do have 3 days to get ready for Stamford, which gives us a day to rest and hopefully give Paul a chance to get his ankle a little better, and then try to be ready on Sunday.
You mentioned he's going to play Morgan Schuta. Is that something you think is just going to?
I didn't hear you.
You worried that his ankle is something you're going to have to monitor, or that may be bothering him throughout the rest of the way?
I don't know. He didn't practice yesterday, and probably won't practice today. So, it's going to be something we're going to have to monitor till he feels a heck of a lot better.
You want a better sense of urgency defensively, more movement, obviously better execution on offense. With these games, the nature of these games and what's at stake this week, these are de facto must-wins. Do you try to put that stoke in the fire and say, look, we want urgency. These are must-win situations?
Well, again, I don't want to sound, but we just need to worry about Wednesday night. I'm not trying to, our focus got to be on Wednesday night, trying to play better and trying to figure out a way to win that game. And then we'll worry about the next one. With this group, we know where we're at. We're not in very good shape, 13-9. We've got to play each game, and I know it's cliche, but that's where we're at. And, looking at the weekend, I'm trying to tell them not to do that. We just need to worry about one game, and that's Wednesday night.